Hello, everybody. How are you today? It is happy hour. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Something's going on with my phone today, or my stand. So we'll see what goes on. So I hope you have your happy hour drink of choice, and you are ready to do some beading and some talking about bead embroidery today. So, first, hello to everyone. I see Jason's on and Sue, and let's see, Ann and Sandra and Melanie and Leah and Belinda. And so I see lots of people. So thank you so much for joining today. You'll notice the earrings I have in today are something that I showed earlier in the week. The encasement, our stack encasement, I think that was about 2 days ago. So I went home yesterday, I finished the earrings, so I have them in today. Love them. So today I thought we would do a couple of things, and I have an awesome, fun thing to tell you about. Yesterday, when we got done with the video, I started doing a square stone. I didn't love the encasement that I was working on, so I redid it, and I came up with something new. So I wanted to show you, basically, if you want to use a bigger bead, like say like a 6mm fire polish or something like that to go ahead and encase something with, you can. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you what I did with the 12mm Rivoli that I started yesterday. Okay, so if you missed the encasement of the 12mm Rivoli, you can go back to yesterday's video, which was April the 14th of 2020, for our bead therapy to see that. So I'm going to show you what I did there. And then we got some show and tell and a couple other things. So, okay. We're going to get started. So a little bit of show and tell. First of all, I went in on our Facebook group again today to show you some more bead embroidery pieces that people have been posting. And real quick, Diana says, are the earrings heavy because of the bicones? I don't feel they're heavy. I have some that are a lot heavier. So, I mean, me personally, I don't feel like they're that heavy. So, okay, so Sue Murphy posted a picture of her finished jellyfish, and I think it's awesome. She said, here is Jilly the Jelly. So this is Sue Murphy's awesome, fun little jellyfish. Okay, then Christy Lehmans said, this is my first bead embroidery, and I'm curious if I should glue the ginkgo leaves or stitch them in. Okay, so that's a great question. So here's what she had started. She's got an agate slice here. Okay, and she's laid these ginkgo beads around it here. So what I would do, if you have what you want there, I would do both. And actually, Susan Hood said the same thing. She would do both. She would glue those into place and she would stitch them in. If you kind of glue them into place, it'll make it easier for you to stitch them in, but I would not just glue them on there because they could pop off over time. So definitely glue and stitch. Okay, then we've got Diana Higdon. She did the bird like I did. She said after starting over 3 times, decided to go with the bird. Her name is Belle. So we have a beautiful Belle bird. Very, very good job. I'm sure Earl and Belle would be very happy together. And then Cassandra Mayberry. This is her first attempt at bead embroidery, and she did a C along with a cat, and I thought it was so cute. So good job to everybody who posted and has finished those. Very, very, very proud of you all for doing that. Okay, now let me find my paperwork here. I'm going to go ahead and kind of announce something new. Let me see here. My screen just froze up. Let me see if everybody else is. Okay, no. Okay. Judy Jennings really quick says, what is the color of your pink nail polish? I don't know, Jenny. I'll let you know tomorrow. I do know it's a new Essie polish called Instant and Dry. And it's not got any formaldehyde. It's got like the 8 bad things in polish. It doesn't have any of those in it. So, okay, I'll try to get to some other earrings, but I want to do a couple of announcements. So this is a book I came out with a couple of years ago called Step by Step Herringbone Stitch. And last summer or last spring, I offered a special on the book because I said we were going to do a bead along on this pendant. This pendant is actually on the last project in the book, page 43. It's the Herringbone Burst pendant. I never got to it, honestly, just because there was a million other things going on. So what I've decided is we're going to do this project together on Monday, April the 27th of 2020. This is going to be our bead therapy and our must know Monday. And basically, you've got 3 options. Number 1, we're going to have the book for sale on my website today, which is April the 15th, tomorrow, April 16th, and Friday, April 17th. So the 15th through the 17th of this year, 2020. This book, and my Beading with Monty's book is going to be on sale for $5. This is the cheapest we have ever offered this book. And after Friday, it'll go back up to the main price of $20, okay? I want everybody who wants to be able to take part in this to take part in this. So if you want the books are already on the website for $5 a piece. On Saturday, again, they'll go back up to the $20 price. So I want everybody to be able to have one of these if they want to. If you can't afford a book right now, I do understand that there are a lot of people who are out of work and all of that. I want you to know that I will be doing this step by step. So if you want to follow along, you don't necessarily have to have the book, but it is helpful. Another thing I want you to know is I have 3 color kits if you want to purchase a kit. Now, here's the deal with the kit. I only have just so many of each color. Once I sell out of that, that's it, because I don't have enough materials to make any more of these specific colorways. So this one is the, I guess, pale gold color. Okay, the kits are going to come with all the beads that you need to complete your project. It just won't come with a pattern. That's in the book, okay? Then I have this purple with green that I really love. And then I have this blue version here that is really pretty. So these are the 3 colorways that we have for sale on the website. Like I said, when they sell out, they're going to go off the website and we won't have any more of those because it's all we've got right now. So I wanted to give you a heads up again. And again, that is coming up Monday, April the 27th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll work on page 43 out of this book. So if you want to do the project, but you don't have the money to purchase materials or anything like that, and you want to use your stash, I'm going to tell you what you need. You need 3 grams of a size 11 seed bead. You need 6 grams of super duo beads, not mini duos, super duo beads. 28 3mm bicones. 2 grams of a size 8 seed bead, a 14mm Rivoli, 3 grams of a size 15 seed bead, a 14 by 10mm teardrop, 3 yards of 6-pound fireline, and a size 12 beading needle, okay? So that's the materials that you need to have with you. If you can purchase from me, you can use your stash, whatever, but we're gonna be working out of the book. And again, $5 on the website through the 17th of April 2020. If you can't afford either one of them, you'll absolutely be able to still do it because hopefully you'll have materials to do that. So I want to give you a heads up about that. The second thing I wanted to tell you is in yesterday's video and today's video, I use a 23 by 23 by 9mm stone. Now, I purchased these stones at a certain bead store while I was out of the country. Thankfully, yesterday we had somebody watching from Prague who was able to tell me the name of the store that I bought it from, and she gave me the website. So I'm going to give you... This is the website right here. Okay, that's the name of the website. I'll leave it up here for one more second so that way you can screenshot it or write it down or whatever. But this is the web and the bead store where I purchased these stones. And I looked yesterday after, I think it was, oh, Katrina, she's here, yay! So Katrina posted this, and she posted a direct link actually in our Facebook group. So I went and looked, and they do have some of these stones left as well as the smaller size. So just to give you a kind of thing to go there. All right, let's get started. Let's have fun. How much are the kits? Right now the kits are $14.50. And Sammy, are they listed under the pendants? Is that what you have them under? So if you go to my website, you go under the kits. They are under the pendant section. And if you scroll down on the homepage, if you scroll down to the bottom where new products are, they should be there because Sammy literally just listed them right before I went on here. And people were asking about, can I post a materials list? I personally can't because I'm doing the video right this second, but when it's over, I will put a comment on this video of all the materials you're going to need if you want it. So let's get started. I'm going to move the camera around so that way you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So again, if you get motion sickness, just kind of turn your head for a moment. I'll let you look out here to our wonderful trash cans. No dumpster divers today, y'all. We did watch a guy do it yesterday. It was pretty funny. Me and the guy that sprays is our little bug guy. We call him our bug guy. I went to high school with this guy. And so he and I have been joking. He came by yesterday and he just could not believe that people dumpster dived over there. So... okay, let me move things in place. And again, real quick, these were the 3 color kits that we have temporarily and while supplies last. Okay, so after we left yesterday, some of you'll recognize this blue stone here. This is what I come up with, and I had so much fun with that. So I decided to show you today how to build the encasement using larger type beads. So this is 6mm beads, okay, 6mm fire polish. So I'm going to show you those, but I also wanted to show you, yesterday I showed you how to encase a Rivoli with peyote stitch. Okay, so I used some 2-hole Paisley beads and a gem duo to make just a really simple and small earring. So I figured I'd show you how to do this really quick, and then we would start on the pendants. Deborah Jackson says, what does he die for? What's over there? We have a retail store next to us, so they throw away all sorts of stuff. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so this is what I showed you yesterday, just the simple encasement. If you don't know how to do this, you can look back at the April 14th, 2020 video. But I'm using a 2-hole Paisley. So the 2-hole Paisleys are nice because they're flat on both sides. So instead of having to have a Zoli duo where you have to have a left and a right, you can just flip because both sides are flat. So I'm going to take, and number 1, check your holes. Make sure you can see through there. And I'm going to lay my pieces on here. Okay, this is kind of what I want. Now, again, you have 2 options. Option 1 is you can stitch them straight on there, which I did with this one. Option 2 is you can take and put just a little tiny dab of glue onto the back and put it exactly where you want it and kind of hold it in place just for a second. Okay? All right, Anne-Marie says, last night I bezeled a cabochon and the count was odd. I know there is a way to still do a peyote bezel, but do I skip 2 beads at the end? If I do before but can't remember, do you know? I don't think you skip 2 beads at the end. I'd have to honestly go back. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've done an odd count bezel like that. So I'll have to get back with you on that one, Anne-Marie. Okay. So again, you can glue the bead on there, or what I do is I just kind of hold the bead in place. You know, as you can see here, the bead has 2 holes. So you just take your needle up through the encasement right next to one of the holes here. I'm going to go through the hole of the bead right where I'm at. Ooh, my phone just keeps blowing up with orders, you guys. Thank you so much. Cannot wait for us to do this project together. And then I'm going to go down through. Okay, if the purple one is saying it's already out of stock, it's because it is. People, I mean, literally, we've probably had 40 orders in the last 2 minutes. So, you can see here, I went down through right next to it. Okay, then I'm going to come up through right next to the other hole here. Go through the paisley. And go down through the other hole. Okay, they're saying the blue and the purple is sold out already. So I'll have Sammy take those off. And Bernadette, you may want to call the store then if you are having problems with your order going through, because I have no clue what could be going on there. Okay, so you can see here, I'm going to put the other one just like this. Hey, it's happy hour. You can drink whatever you want to. I assume you're at home. As long as you're at home and you're not driving or doing anything. I'm going all, all legit today. I'm doing water. Lord knows I don't need to be drinking nothing else when I'm trying to bead. Okay. And then I go down through the hole right here. You just want to keep kind of holding the piece in place until you get it tacked in, unless you have glued your little piece into place. Yes, the paisleys, I love the look of how paisleys do when you stitch them together. And let me look. Let's see. She says, I only have felt. You can still bead embroider on felt. It's a little bit tricky, but you can still do it. Okay, so now these 2 are going to go in right under it, just like this. So in this case, because I want them in a specific place, I am going to take just a little tiny dab of glue. As the old thing says, a little dab will do ya. But just a little dab. And come in just so that will kind of keep those in place. Now, give me just 1 minute. I want to look real quick. I want to tell you about another really good video if you want to kind of play with the paisleys like this. Let's see if I can find it. I used some ginkgo beads in one project, but I'm looking, it was a pendant. Let me see. Okay, the mirror pendant. So let me write this down real quick. Well, where's my ink pen? Okay, here we go. You may want to check out the video for the mirror pendant. This one was from 8 months ago. Okay, Mirror Mirror Pendant. This is a free project that I have on YouTube, but I also have kits for, and it uses these 2-hole paisleys and the ginkgo beads. So if you are interested in learning how to kind of play with these paisleys some more and see some other designs with them, this would be a really good thing to kind of look at and do. Okay, so I'm going to get back to it here. And I'm just tacking these pieces into place. Oh, yay, Bob Wilcox has done that one. Okay, Isabella, sorry we're sold out of kits, sweetie. It's just, we only had enough to do so many. So we still sell all the supplies on our website. You can still buy other colors or from your own stash. And we still have the book. So, okay. The biggest thing, make sure you get them all tacked down. If you have one hole that you don't tack, everything is going to kind of not look great. Okay, what is the name of the embroidery book you recommended yesterday? Leslie, there's quite a few. If you'll actually go back to the video for Monday, April the 6th, I showed several books in that one that are really, really great and that I recommend. Okay, and so now the gem duo is going to sit right in that little hole that I have, that these paisleys have created. So you just slide the gem duo into place. I'm going to hold it there into place. And then you come up through the sides. Now this one's a little bit harder. You have to be a little bit more careful. You can even take, if you want to, and kind of slide it out, thread the hole through, and then put it back in place. When you put it back in place, just make sure that it stays straight the way you want it, and then go down through. Deborah says, the book has the starfish pendant as well. Yes, it sure does. It actually has 11 projects in it. I have a lot of people who ask about the bracelet that is on the top of our channel, and that bracelet on the top of our YouTube channel is in the book as well. So there's a lot of fun projects in it. But so you can see now, I've got my little piece done, and once you cut it out and you do the sides of it, which I showed on Friday, April the 10th, you can see it makes a really cute small pendant or earring or whatever you want. So it's a really, really easy, fun way to use some 2-hole beads that you have. Okay, Jay, what color are those duos? Okay, you're going to have to tell me which one. I mean, if you want to know all 3 colors, hey, Patty, what's the color of duos? What color of duos? Yep. Okay, hold on, I'll take it over here. Okay. So Patty's going to go check that out for us. Victoria G, they are under kits and kits and pendants, but I believe we're sold out already. Okay, so Patty's going to tell me right now. Okay, so I'm not using duos. I'm using paisleys. The paisleys, and then this gem duo here, all of these are lemongrass, matte lemongrass. This is an azure blue 12mm Rivoli, the DB 651 around here on the edge, size 11 delicate, it's squash. And the 15s, I honestly have no clue what color the 15 is called because I bought it at a show. Yeah. Okay, the purple one is Pastel Bordeaux. Okay, the purple kit had Pastel Bordeaux in it. The Jet Metallic Suede Blue. Jet Metallic Suede Blue was the blue one. And then Bronze Pale Gold. and Bronze Pale Gold was the other one. So those are the colors of duos that were actually in the kits. Okay. So, for those of you who've seen yesterday, okay, Diana says the gold pendant is still available. Awesome. Okay, so yesterday's video, this is the 23 by 23 by 9 square stone. But I showed you how to basically put the extra layer of this stiff stuff under it so it would raise it up without having to do anything special to the back like we had to do for our Rivoli yesterday. Okay, so I've already went ahead and I glued the purple stone in place just so I could just start working with it. Okay, so let me get some thread going on here. Today I'm using KO thread. I'm just using a purple because I'm going to be using mainly purple colored stones and beads, so that's why I want it to kind of blend. Okay, now you can use this for any larger stone. It doesn't have to be a square stone. It can be pretty much any stone, but I want to show you, Lord, I can't find anything on my tray today. I want to show you actually how to go about encasing some of these larger stones with things other than peyote or whatever. And I want to show you kind of how I played with this and got it to what I wanted. Can someone post the name of the pendant or place Kelly showed where the stone came from yesterday? And again, I will do that as soon as I get done with the video and it's uploaded. I will put it in the comment section. And Becky, if you are a member of our closed Facebook group, someone posted the link for it yesterday. Okay, so for those of you who watched yesterday, you've seen that I used a size 3 bead to go around. I did not like how that looked. So I went and I found some 4mm fire polish, started playing with those, and so then I ended up with these 6mm fire polish beads, okay? So the great thing, when I held them up, the 6mm fire polish beads covered up all of this under here. And, I guess I'll have to put it on with my needle here. And when I held up 3 of these beads, they laid exactly down the side of my piece like I wanted them to. Okay, so this is how I decided to go with the 6mm beads because they fit perfectly. So this is a good way that you can play to see if you can come up with a bead or beads that look really, really well. For all my people who wanted to see the dumpster divers, we have one out here. But I was going to show you, but he's done driving off. So what I did, and I'm going to use purple thread today so that you can see my thread and see what I'm doing. I'm going to come up through the foundation. Now, I'm not coming up right next to here, just like I normally do. Okay, I'm going to come out just a little bit further. I'm going to pick up 3 of these fire polish beads, and again, these are 6mm. No, unfortunately, the books are only available in print. These are ones that I did 5 years ago, working on 6 years ago, and almost 4 or 5 years ago now. So they're older ones that. Okay. Okay. So when I pull the thread tight, you can see that they don't lay 100% right, and that's okay because what we want to do is you want to go through those 3 beads again. Okay, straight through the 3. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the needle, I'm going to go back down through the piece, and then I'm going to couch stitch these beads. So I'm going to come up through, and when I go through the bead. I'm not going to go straight down on this one. I'm going to go through at a diagonal. Okay, so evidently all the kits are gone now. I do apologize, guys, but we only had so many, and we made what we could out of the store. Okay, and then, again, I'm couch stitching over that one, and I am going to go through it at an angle. Did I do that? Yes, I did that. Okay, now, right here, you'll see that I have a spot where a bead won't necessarily fit like this, okay? If I put it in like this, you see that it kind of comes over here to this side. So we can't do that and have it look great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this bead different. This is why I didn't do like some funky little stitch or anything like that. I'm gonna come up through the foundation right here at the edge of the stone. I'm gonna pick up one bead. Now with this one bead, it's gonna go on the other direction. Okay, so see, it's not laid out like this, it's laid up and down. So I push it all the way up to the stone, pull your thread, push it all the way up, and come down through the foundation right below it. Okay, now this is what you can do for any sort of encasement that you want to play with. It's a really good way to use up some extra beads. And again, it's not something that you see every day, so it's fun to play with it and do something else. Do the unexpected. Okay, and right now, it's gonna look like it's very unfinished. But as you can see here, we're gonna add some loops here around it that you can use those or you can choose not to use them. It's completely up to you. So now I'm just going to come up through the foundation right here next to the stone. And remember, this is not the, you can do this around any stone. It doesn't have to be square. Just lay out your beads like I did and you'll know. Okay, Katarina says, what is your absolute favorite color? You looking at it, sister. I love me some purple. Well, that and like cheetah and leopard print and giraffe print. Any sort of animal print I love. Oh, everybody laughs at me who knows me really good because like my shoes are becoming all leopard print shoes. You know, of course not real leopard, but just print, canvas and things like that. But okay, so I'm going to go through the 3 beads again. So just remember, we want to reinforce and then we do our loops. Yeah, Katarina, yes, I love turquoise too. Katarina, I actually had to choose a different color to do in the video today because I noticed that everything that I've done the last couple of days have been the same color combos. I mean, Lord, look at that. They're all the same colors. I said, I got to do something different. So again, I'm couch stitching in between these 6s. Okay, Wendy says, will there be a lesson on the ring you are wearing on your right hand with the stone? Wendy, I've already got one. It's the mood ring. It's a mood ring project on my YouTube channel, and you can do the mood ring. I've got it with a peace sign on the top, or you can just leave this off and have a pretty ring. And I think I'm actually sold out of this specific stone, but I have more on order, and it's my hope that they will be here tomorrow, along with my French wire. So for those of you who have no clue what French wire is and why we're going to use it, then you are in for a treat. So again, I've got it flipped the opposite direction, push it all the way up against the stone, and then go down through the bead or down through the foundation. Again, I'm using Beadsmith beading foundation. You can use kind of whatever you have. I just have a mass stock of it because it's at my home or it's at my shop. So, do you know when you will be getting 1G? Well, let's see. Mary asked that. Mary, I'm really hoping that it will be later next week. I just placed a huge order from the Toho company, but they still have not got all of their colors back in stock. So I know they were out of the big rolls of white, but I do have the regular rolls of white and cream and a couple other colors coming that they had. Tammy said she is posting a link to the mood ring. Thank you, Tammy Eddins. Okay, so you can see here I'm just working around. And somebody sent me an email yesterday and they said, I don't want to see you do, you know, the beadwork on a little stone. I want to see you do peyote stitch on that big stone. The thing that everybody kind of has to remember on these lives is when I'm doing a live, if I wanted to peyote stitch around this whole stone, it would literally take me an hour and a half to possibly 2 hours to do it all that I need to do. And that's more than time than most of us have to sit here behind the computer. So I'm, you know, trying to show you things that will work up quickly for you guys and be fun for you guys to do. Okay, Katarina says, oh, I want to learn how to use French wire. I guess my U.S. colleagues will have to bear with me since I will log off from work in time to see that. Oh, Katarina, yes. I cannot wait till it gets here. I've ordered quite a bit that we can play with. I've ordered it in silver, gold, antique, bronze, and maybe a gunmetal color. And for those of you who were asking about it the other day, you'll understand it, I promise, when we do it. Yes, Mary, I will be doing a pear-shaped stone for you. Okay, I'm almost around, and you know, I'm just pushing, making sure these beads are nice and firm up against, because see, you can see now it covers all of this up. You don't see that at all, and it makes it look so nice, and it's going to look very finished even without doing any of the embellishments. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are joining me today. Thank you so much for everybody who's jumping in and commenting today. Okay, now here's the good thing. This one right here, well, now that I've got it pulled, it went in kind of tight. But if you get just a little bit away from the stone and it doesn't look 100% great, it's okay, because we're going to cover that up. We're going to cover it up with our bead embellishments here. When is your birthday and what is your favorite bead? Okay, so my birthday is April 23rd. And my favorite bead, oh my goodness. Oh, that's a hard one. Oh, I don't really know, to be honest with you. I love crystals, especially Rivolis, but I mean, I just love some different stuff. Will we be able to order the French wire from you? Absolutely. As soon as I get it in, I'm going to pop that stuff online. And so that way, if you want to play with the French wire, you can. The French wire is what a lot of our beading friends in Russia and the Ukraine and like Estonia, they love to do that, to outline with the French wire. So where I outlined Earl in the black beads, for those of you who watched me create Earl last week, it would basically be, instead of doing the black, you're using French wire. So it's really, really funky. Oh, Sue Crossley. Oh, we share good birthdays then. She says her birthday's on the 23rd. I just got done cutting grass. Karen Stevens says, I just got done cutting grass. It's so cold here. I had to wear a winter coat and earmuffs. Oh my goodness. That's pretty cold then. Karen Hilgers, hi from Germany. Oh, hi, Karen. Let's see. Stephen Andrews, which is one of my beading buddies in Texas, is his birthday today. So if Stephen or Nancy is watching today, happy birthday to Stephen. Oh, can hardly wait for the French wire help. I have a Christmas tree I want to do. Speaking of that, would you be able to do a bulk bead purchase for us? I'm sure I could. The biggest thing that you can contact me, Deborah, through email or the phone. But the biggest thing is right now, most of the bead companies are on a very, very thin skeleton crew. And so even orders that I placed last week still have not even shipped yet. So... Okay, so you can see I've gone all the way around my stone. So the cage bead, I am late, but had to do some grocery shopping. Oh, goodness. So you can see now I've went all the way around. The great thing is you don't see any of the yucky stuff under it. So that is the fun thing, okay? Now, the next thing I did was I came and I did this on the top of it because originally I wasn't going to do any of this around the sides. So I added this here. So I'll show you how to do that. First thing is, let me count the beads because I honestly don't remember. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So I'm going to come out of any of the middle beads of my sets of 3. So this one, this one, this one, or this one. You come up through the foundation right before the bead and then go through the bead. So if you're doing a larger stone or using smaller beads, you may have to alternate your bead counts on what you're going to do. And it's a little bit tight to get through there, but you can do it. Okay. So now I'm going to pick up 10 of my size 11 seed beads. The 11s I'm using today are matte iris violet in the Toho. They're really, really pretty. They pull green and purple. One of my favorites. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And my bead tray today that I'm using is from the Bead Wrangler on Etsy. Okay, so I'm going to come straight across. So I'm going to skip 3 beads and I'm going to go through the 4th bead. So in other words, I'm going to go through the middle bead over on my next side. And again, be patient with it, especially I'm using a matte finish bead and it's even harder to kind of get through. But what you want to do is you want to make sure the beads pull on top like this. Okay, so this is what you've got so far. Okay, so now I'm going to do it again. I'm already coming out of the middle bead, so I'm going to pick up 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And again, I'm going to jump over to here and go through it. Yep, I'm going to be showing some sequins as well. Lord, right now we ain't got nothing but time to do this kind of stuff. Was wondering when you were going to switch to a different beading technique. I'm not into bead embroidery. Don't have patience for it. I still have a couple of more videos. I'm probably actually going to do them until the 22nd of April, which will be the rest of this week and maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. And then I'm going to move on to something else. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. When would you use black beading foundation? Well, if I'm 100% honest with you, if I was making this one not for a video, I would use the black foundation for this one because I don't want... I wouldn't want to see any of the foundation underneath this. And if I use the black would help it blend in better. So that's when I would use black, when I'm using some darker colors. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. But I like to use the white, and I like to use like the purple type threads and some different color threads so that you can see my stitches. It just helps. I am only going to be working yes, Jason, I'm only going to work a couple of days next week. Probably just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not the whole week. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could stop right now because I have my 4 corners kind of covered here. Now, here's the reason why I'm doing this. I'm doing this so that way, should I be making this and something happened, and say the stone gets loose, the stone comes unglued, the stone comes loose for some reason, you would be able to keep the stone in place. So you could absolutely stop here if you wanted to. I'm going to add a little bit more embellishment though, just to keep everything in place. So I'm going to come up through 6 of these beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I came through 6 beads. Yep, I could use purple stiff felt as well. Sure could. Okay, now let me count these beads because, again, I did this yesterday. So 2, 4, 6. So I'm going to pick up 6 beads, and I'm basically going to come from one arch over to the other arch. So I'm going to pick up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to go through the middle 2 beads of my next little arch of beads here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to go through 5 and 6. So I'm going through the middle 2. Oh, Leah, I'm so glad you're learning some new techniques. That's my whole point in doing these videos. Okay, so right now you'll see that right here I have a little bit of string, and that's okay because once I finish this, then I'm going to go through and tighten everything up, and it's going to look really, really nice, and it'll hold my piece in place. I don't have to worry about it ever falling off or coming out. So 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to go through 5 and 6 here. Oh man, I am loving this one. And everything that I'm showing you guys, like in these videos, y'all are helping me get some of my Christmas and my birthday gifts made for people. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is what most of these are going to go for, is gifts for family for birthdays and Christmas. Oh, y'all, I'm loving it. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm going to come through these first 2 that I started with. Man, look at that, you guys. Look how good that looks. So see, yes, you can use this technique on an oval stone as well. So, you know, you can play with the different shapes. And again, I originally had no clue. This was the first time I had encased this stone. So I honestly had no clue how many beads I was going to play with and all that kind of stuff. I just started, you know, putting beads around it and seeing what I could do. Some of the part of bead embroidery is just ripping out and starting over. You guys are getting to see some of the like planning phases of different bead projects. Tammy says, the encasement is awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Tammy. Sue says, for my birthday, right? Lord Sue, you sound just like Catherine Brooks. She says the same thing. Okay, Lois, I suggest you call the store or send me a contact through the website. Contact us so I can take care of that after the video. We'll get you taken care of. Okay. So, All right, so I went through it a couple of times, and mainly because I want to reinforce it and make sure all of it's pulled together and it looks good. So if you wanted to, you could totally stop here. You wouldn't have to do anything else if you didn't want to. Now, what I wanted to do, I wanted to hide some of the space here in between these 6mm. So this is why I'm gonna add these little arches. Again, you don't have to do the arches if you don't want to, okay? It's just something you can play with. So to do the arches, I am going to just stitch down through the beadwork, through my seed beads here, and I'm going to go down through the foundation. So you can see this is what the back looks like and how pretty the front is. So again, we got woo in the back and party in the front. Okay, so you can come up through the foundation between any bead. It does not matter where you come up. I'm just going to come up between 2 beads. And on this one, I think I did 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I did 5 11s here. Again, if you're using a different size fire polish or pearl or whatever you do, you may have to play with the counts. But I have 5. And again, I'm going to take the needle, and instead of going straight down, I'm going to go right below. So see, my thread's coming out here. I'm coming right below, and I'm going to go at an angle. So if I hold it this way, you can kind of see that angle that I'm going through. And I'm going to pull it, and it puts that first little loop of beads there to cover up the holes. And so this will work really, really well for those of you who maybe have pretty big spaces here, or, you know, are trying to cover up some space. It's a good way to do that. So again, 5 beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, I go through it at a diagonal. So everybody was asking my favorite color. Somebody asked that. I would love to know colors that you guys enjoy to see, so that way maybe as I'm planning out future videos and future projects, we can work with some colors that you guys really enjoy. I know a lot of people love turquoise and things like that, but it's easy to get stuck in the same color pattern just because you enjoy working with it and you know how the colors are going to look together. But I would love to know your thoughts on some of your favorite colors, so that way we can see what we can do. And the great thing for those of you who have to log off or can't watch the whole video right now, as soon as this video is over with, it will upload into YouTube and our famous YouTube land, and you can go back and watch the replay. This is going to take me a hot minute here just to kind of go through. And you can see here, I got a little bit of space right here. So when you do it, you want to make sure that you pull it tight enough that it'll kind of clear up that space. And then I can't wait to show you how I cover this up too. We'll cover that up and make it look good. Oh Lord, everybody must be taking a nap on me. Nobody's posting their favorite colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see how much the look changes just by adding these little loops of 11s. Now remember, you don't have to do these. You can leave it just like this if you want to. I'm just changing it up and clearing up some space. Oh, okay. Oh, we got people. My chat must have froze up there for a minute. Oh my goodness. Chartreuse and pink. White and bright blue. Crayola 64. LOL. Turquoise. Love rose gold. Purple and green. Black and gold. Oh, this is awesome, you guys. I will have to go through and kind of, you know, look and see all these color combos so I can do some of these. Orange and green. Yep. Emerald green. You know, Debbie, I have never really been into green until this year. And it's like, I am so obsessed with green. I don't know what the deal is. Chartreuse and copper. Red, black, purple. You will get the whole palette, Kelly. Yes, I am getting a whole palette. Maybe next week what I'll have to do, or the next couple of weeks, because it looks like we're going to be here for a while. Might have to pick some of you specifically and use your color palettes and see what we can come up with. Green and purple. Oh, yes. Avi, I'm not sure. Avi or Avi. That is, I love greens and purples as well. Anything that sparkles. Amen to that. Love some sparkly stuff. Okay, so you can see how it's looking. It's coming together. Don't have too much longer. And I'll have this done, this top part done, and then we'll be ready to go on to the next step. So absolutely, if you wanted to, you could totally do way more with this piece and build it out and do some other things. I just wanted a really simple and quick project to do with these, because a lot of times after our bead therapies, I don't want to leave anything unfinished, because I know 3 years from now it will still be sitting on a bead mat somewhere unfinished. So I try to already go ahead and finish it. So whoops, let's see what's happening here. Okay, what's going on, beads? There we go. All right, I got one more arch to add here. Leanne says, not unfinished. Those are works in progress. Yeah, they in progress for a long time. Long time. Okay, so here's what I've got so far. As you can see, we got the same kind of look going on. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to cut it out, and I'm going to show you how I did the edging. It is the tire edging on it, but I wanted to show you how I kind of, to hide our strings on the side, I put some little arches of beads here. So I wanted to show you how I did that. I actually did that afterwards, or when I was doing the edging. Do I color? Do I color? Oh, do I carry color wheels? I do, but I'm not 100% finished. Gotta quit looking at everybody's comments. Not 100% sure if we have them left in stock right this second. Okay, so you can notice I've not tied off this thread because I'm actually going to use this thread. So first, I'm just kind of going around and cutting this out, what I've got so far here, and I'm just keeping this thread out of the way. Now, once I have the basic shape cut out, then I'll go and I will come in a little bit closer. I just want to make sure. The great thing about this, most of your stitches are pretty far in, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay. And I do have a couple of orders coming in. Now, you see I have to be really careful right here because of where that thread is out. I came out just a little bit too far, so I have to be real careful when I cut that out. The good thing is that, again, we're going to hide and cover that up. Oh, what happened here? There we go. Yeah, everybody's talking about UFOs. They're unfinished projects. I just know that if I don't finish a project, I will never go back to it. So I always, always, always try to finish a project. And if it's something that I'm working on and I'm trying to, you know, I'm not grasping it or I'm creating it and it's just not coming to me, I literally rip the whole thing apart. I will not leave it on my bead tray. Cannot stand that. That's just me. That's just my personality. I'm an Enneagram 7, if any of you are into the Enneagram. So I can't stand to leave things unfinished. And okay. So I'm getting close around it, but you can notice here, again, I'm trying not to cut any beads. That's why I keep flipping it back and forth. But you'll notice you can see more white here in the corners, and that's what we're going to fix. Okay, we're going to fix that. This is what the back looks like so far. This is our front. Yes, Christine says finishing COVID time equals finishing time. Oh, is that not ever so true? Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, I'm actually going to use a lighter color here so that you can see what I'm doing. Is that cross ring a beaded RIBG? I don't. Oh, no, this is an actual. It's not beaded. It's an actual real ring. I got it at Dollywood a couple of years ago. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna cut this out. But yes, the person that said COVID time equals finishing project time, yes, I actually have. I posted the other day. I have a COVID bucket list. Okay, and I have a whole load of things at my house that I wanted to do and projects I wanted to complete during this time of being at home more. And I actually only have after today, because my father-in-law is painting my little boy's bedroom. That was on the list. Hasn't been painted since, before he was born. So, after he gets that done, I will only have 2 things left on the list to finish. I'm so happy. Jason says, I want to go to Dollywood so bad. Jason, I'm really lucky. We live close enough that we actually have season passes. We get them every year. Love me some Dollywood. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this. Cut it out. And again, I'm cutting it out right up against the foundation here. Yeah, and actually, we love to go, when we go to Dollywood, we normally will either pick a day and we'll just go one day and come home, or we'll go and just spend the night one night and come back home the next day. It's a lot of fun. If you've never been to Dollywood, it's definitely something to see. Her biography was on TV the other night. It was actually really good. It was on A&E. Did you finish your book? Yes, I did, Betty. I sure did. I loved my book I just finished. Now, I'm reading the J.D. Robb, the first J.D. Robb book. I've not finished that one yet. Still trying to, I'm listening to it, not reading it. All right. And see, I can't stand this either. I got to fix this. I'm just particular. My friend Kathy, she tells me, she jokes with me all the time because 90% of the time her beads are messed up and they're everywhere. Drives me batty, but she knows it and she loves me anyways. Yes, Deborah. She does that every Thursday night, and it is wonderful. Me and my little boy have watched several of those. This is her third week doing it. She does it at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, so since I decided to use this white thread, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to kind of pull it back just a little bit, and I'm going to tie this purple thread off. And mainly because if I use the purple thread, I'm going to see the purple thread all on the back of it, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to try to get it under a bead here, or under a thread. Oh, I think you are telling me, Shirley, or no, Betty, are you saying you have the whole entire collection of the J.D. Robb books? Is that what you're telling me? Shirley Moore, Dollywood is my favorite amusement park. Yes, it is. Well, hey, Nancy Gigi. Okay. Yeah, and my little boy, I hope, like everything, that she gets to have it again this summer. Normally, each summer, she does a really fun, she calls it the Story Playhouse or Dolly's Playhouse, something like that. And she actually does plays, children's plays. Normally, it's The Little Engine That Could, and some of her books. Oh, yes, Dolly for President. Amen to that. Kathleen says, I think we must be related. I can't work in chaos. Ooh, ain't that the truth? Again, I'm using my 1G. You can use whatever you have and want to use. I'm going to switch over to the white so that we don't see the white, or we won't see it so much on the back. Especially since it's going to be a gift. If it was for me, I really wouldn't care, but it's going to be a gift, so want to make it look good. Okay. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to be using, these are size 8 seed beads. I'm going to use the technique here on the side where the beads are standing up like tires or on their sides. We're going to do this first, and then we're going to come back and we're going to add our cover-ups, is what I'm calling it, our little cover-ups, and I'm going to show you how I built the bell. It's a really, really simple bell here. So got my knot. Doesn't matter where you start. I'm going to start here in the middle. I'm going to come up through just the foundation first, and then I'm going to hide that knot in there. 2 8s. I'm going to leave enough room for 2 beads, and then I'm going to come up through both the suede and the foundation. When you pull it through, go through the bead right above where your thread is coming out, and instead of going straight up, we want to come through it so it'll be kind of like we're working to the side like this. Okay, so right now, this bead is not going to sit correctly, but we're going to make it look better when we come back around to it. Okay, so this time we pick up 1. We're going to go through both layers. If you're new here, please make sure to hit that red subscribe button right below the live video, so that way you can keep up to date on all the videos that we upload. So right now, all our beads are going to look disjointed and disconnected. Okay, they're not going to look like they go great together, and that's okay, because when we do the next step, it's going to pull everything together and make it look a little bit better. But you can see how we've got the beads here going and laying on their side. I originally, yesterday when I was playing with this, I originally did this with 11s, and the 11s just did not give it the look it needed. It really needed a bigger bead because of this size of bead. It just really needed something bigger. So these 8s really helped it to be able to see actually what it is and what you've got. And the good thing about the 8s, it goes a little bit quicker. So, and I think somebody asked earlier if they watch the replay, does the chat come up? I'm not sure on the app, like if you're on your phone and you look at the app, the video on the app on your phone. I know I looked at it on my computer the other day and the chat comes up on the computer, but I have not checked it on my app. The noises in the background you are hearing is Sammy prepping packages to go out in the mail to you guys. How can you tell the size of the bead? Oh, okay, so for me, honestly, I've been beading for almost 20 years. So for me, I can look at pretty much any bead and tell you what size it is. They also make, I know Fire Mountain has this little card that they mail out sometimes with their freebies that actually has a little picture of each of the sizes where you can lay your bead down on it. We carry a product, and again, I don't know if we got it, called a Bead Oracle, and it's a little card. It does the same thing, but they make some calipers that you can use to measure your size beads as well. Okay, let's see. So Cindy says, try to watch yesterday's video afterwards and not play on YouTube. Oh, Cindy, I don't know what's going on with yesterday's video because I had several people to watch it and have no problems. And then some people are watching it and they can't actually watch it. Like it freezes up and all that kind of stuff. So I don't really know what is going on with that one. Oh, okay. So Deborah says, yes, I have it. And everybody's saying, yay, thank you, Sammy, for shipping out packages. So, I tell you what, I cannot wait until all of this is over and we can have customers in our store again. You know, you get used to seeing certain faces, and I love to meet you guys. I have so many people who come through on vacations and they stop to check out the store and to meet me, and I love that. And oh man, I miss that, getting to see you all face to face. Okay, so you can see here, this is what we've got so far. Now you see why I switched from that purple thread to the white thread, and I think that bead's gonna look really, really nice. Catherine, I can tell you now your order's not ready. He hasn't,
There's about 150 orders right now.
Catherine, Sammy said there's about 150 orders in front of yours. Oh, don't you worry, sugar. I'll let you know when it's ready. Catherine's one of the lucky ones. She lives close to us, so. Oh, okay. Shirley Moore says, I checked yesterday's live video from my phone app. You can see the chat. Just tap live chat when the video starts. Oh, awesome. Okay, Shirley. Well, thank you for letting me know that. That is good. So I'm not really sure, and I hope that I can go back somehow and rescue that video, but I'm afraid that because it's live, once it's uploaded, that's it. So we'll kind of see. All right, guys, bear with me. I'm getting there. Getting there. It's just a way to kind of go around. And again, if you wanted to do the brick stitch, or, you know, you wanted to do like a peacoat, you could do anything like that. This is just how I like this specific piece. The great thing about using these as well, whoops. Okay, so you see what I did there? I came up through those two beads, so you want to be careful not to grab a hold of any of your beads as you go around too. But what I was saying is the great thing about using some 8s here along the edge, it's a good way to make, to use up basically some extra beads that you have. Lord, I think if I could, I'd make this video last for hours today because I don't want to go home and have to rearrange, put everything back in my little boy's bedroom. Whew. He's 6, and you talk about the Lego sets. Oh, my Lord. All right. Okay, there. I was able to fix that one. Okay, so this right here kind of got bunched up somehow, and I was able to just kind of move it around and fix it. So, well, hello, Ladina. Okay, is that little flower in the corner made with a Rivoli? Yes, Rachel, that is made with a 12mm Rivoli. I did the encasement for the Rivoli yesterday, and at the very beginning of the video, I showed how to add these 2-hole beads. So if you want to, once this video is over, it will upload into YouTube, and you can go back and watch the replay on how I added those 2-hole beads. Just wanted to give you a really easy something. Leanne says, mine are 19 and 25, and they still love Legos, just the more expensive ones. Oh, Lord, ain't that the truth? There's this little boy that he watches. Oh, Sammy, I'm trying to think of this kid's name. Sammy, what's the kid that lives in Washington with his dad? Axel. He watches this show on YouTube called Axel and His Dad, or The Axel Show. And Axel's getting older now. When they originally started, he was younger, around Grayson's age. And now he's getting into like those, you know, the ones with the electronics where you put them together and you've got the circuit board and it'll actually do things for you. So yeah, those things get a lot more expensive. Especially those new 3-dimensional like city ones. Man, those things are expensive. Okay, so you can see I'm getting close here. And, you know, it looks kind of funny, but it's going to work out. Just keep on going. Okay. All right, so I've got a bead in here. Now, another bead's not going to fit in that space, so that's going to fit exactly together. So what we're going to do is now, instead of adding another bead, I'm just going to go straight through the bead right next to this one. So here's my last bead, and I'm going to go through the bead. And I'm just going to keep going through it. Robin says, has he watched the Lego Masters on CBS? He has, but he's not into it. I don't know why. I think maybe it's a little advanced for him. He doesn't have a lot of patience, to be honest with you. Okay, so now I'm going to run through the whole thing, just going through, and this will pull the beads together, make them look more connected rather than apart. Rachel Boyd, hello, hello. Okay, almost there, guys, and then I'll be able to finish this one up for you. Okay, so while I'm up here on this corner here, I think I'll go ahead and I'm going to show you how I made the bell. So for the bell, and let me see. No, I'm actually going to do it in this corner. The reason I chose to do it in this corner is because these 2 beads right here, well, no, let's see. I'll actually do it in this corner. I don't want, yeah, I'm going to do it in this corner. I'm going to do it over these 3 beads right here. You can do it over 2, you can do it over to 3, however you want to do it. But basically, I'm coming out of those 3 beads. Now, let me see how many beads I added here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so I picked up 14 beads in this first circle. If you'll see here, the size, this is a size 8 seed bead. It's the same seed bead I used here. It fits really good in here. So if you want a smaller loop, you're going to need to add less beads. If you want a bigger loop, like you're going to put something on it thicker, you're going to need to add more beads. So I'm going to do 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, I got 14 beads. I'm going to go back through the same 3 beads my thread is coming out of. I'm going to center it over these 3 beads. Had I only had 2 beads here, like the 2 beads right here were centered, I would do that, but they're not centered, so I'm doing 3 beads. But I've got 14 11s there. Now I'm going to go through those 14 11s again. This is just going to reinforce these 14 beads. And then I'll go through my 3 8s. Now, I'm going to pick up 6 beads. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure I got my 6. Okay, I'm going to count up 6 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to go through beads 7 and 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go through 7 and 8 because those are the middle 2 beads of my loop of 14. Then I'm going to pick up 6 11s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to come back through the same 3 beads again. So I've got my 6. They're kind of looking funky. I've got these 6. And I'm going to pull this through. And when I pull it through, I'm going to make sure both sets of these 6 are to the front. Okay? So when I do that, voila, I have a bell. La, 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 la. So I can put it in there now, and you can see how that bell has been made. Now, I'm going to go through these 6 beads again, the 6 here, because I reinforced the first row. I want to reinforce the second row. So go through the 6, the middle 2, and then the 6 more. And yesterday, well, we were talking about TV shows yesterday, and I went home last night and started on season 2 of Wind Calls the Heart. So I am making some progress in that show so far. Okay, so that is my bell. Now, how long have you had your bead store? In March, Debbie, had we been able to have it, we had an 18-year celebration that we were going to do. So I've had it for 18 years. And I honestly started never to have a bead store. Like, I never sat down one day and said, hey, I'm going to own a bead store. It honestly just kind of worked and fell into place. I guess it was what I was called to do. Okay. So let me get my piece here. Now you can see on this one, I actually added 3 teardrop beads. These are some little teardrops that we sell on the website. They come in strands. And I added these little tiny teardrops exactly like I added these beads. Put them on the exact same way, just to give it a little bit of a different look. So what we're worried with right now is we want to look at these beads. They are centered over 3 beads in a corner. Oh, Debbie says, I run a bead store in DeLand, Florida. Oh, please tell us your the name of your store so we can all jump on with you too. Okay, so I'm coming here. I'm going to center my seed beads over these 3 beads here. So I'm actually going to go through the foundation, the ultra suede and the foundation, so I can come up right at that bead I just went through here. Now I'm going to pick up 5 beads, 5 11s. I'm going to skip 3 8s, and then I'm going to take my needle down through the foundation right after those 3 8s. So Debbie says her bead store is called Catherine Beads and Baubles. Awesome. Okay, so look, see what that did right there? Boom, covered up that hole and that thread so that we don't see that. And it kind of just adds a little bit of something extra. Now, I actually think for this one, I was thinking about putting a tassel on the bottom, but I don't think the tassel has a big enough presence against this big stone. So I'm going to leave it off, and I'm just going to leave it the way it is. But now I'm just going to go through the 8 right where my thread was. I'm going to stitch to this next corner here. I'm going to do that same little thing again. I'm going to come through this direction. And this, like I said, the reason I'm doing it this way is because I want to hide that thread in that hole. I don't want somebody to be looking at it and be like, ooh, because I know for me, when I looked at it, all I could see was that hole. And I was like, oh, I don't like that. So 5 beads. And again, if you're using a different size seed bead or anything like that, you may have to adjust the amount of beads. Okay. And then I'm just gonna continue on. This one's nice because I can pretty much center it over my 3 here at the top. And if it's not completely, yeah, Deborah, I like the tassel too. I just feel like on the video, it looks okay, but in person, it just doesn't look like it has enough oomph, I guess, for the piece. It looks very small compared to the piece. So if I was gonna do it, I think I would find or make myself a bigger tassel for it. But I have a feeling the person who I'm going to gift this to is not going to want the tassel on it anyways. So, okay, so I'm putting on my last set of 5 here. Go down through on this side. And now you can see that those holes are covered up, and it just gives the points a little something different. So you can see it really good on this one because it's so bright against that blue. But you know, you have different options. So now I'm ready to tie it off. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come under, see, I'm coming out of the ultra suede. So I'm just going to go under a thread, if I can kind of get it through, under a thread here at the ultra suede, and make my little half hitch knot. Then I'll go through a few 8s or a line of 8s. And then again, and you can also go under the thread between 2 of the 8s if you want to. Both will work. Does your family fight over your Christmas presents? I wish they did. I don't have a whole lot of females in my family. Got a male, well, I have one female cousin. All the rest of my cousins are males. So normally if it gets gifted, a piece of jewelry, it gets gifted to a friend or my mother-in-law Patty or my mama. So, okay, trim that thread, and now I have a completely finished piece. Now, I tried to put this one on cord and chain, and I didn't like it. So that is why on this one, I used size 8 seed beads, and I used regular beading wire, and I used a magnetic clasp on it. And I will probably do the same thing for this one. I'll probably use the same color seed bead, and I made sure it's a Duracoat. And I'll talk to you about that in just one second. But I'll probably use the same seed bead to make a necklace for my finished piece. So let me actually flip the camera around. Up, Sue Crossley, I think. Wait a minute. Look out there, Sue. We got a dumpster diver in full effect. Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh. This little thing is messing up today. I don't know what is wrong with it. Gonna have to do some work on it when I get done. Guess I'll have to hold it for now. So, a couple of things. Number 1, and let me adjust this here. Okay, number 1 is, for those of you who missed the beginning of the video, you may want to go back and watch the replay because I talked about a special that I have on my book until April the 17th. Okay, a special on this book and my Beading with Monty's book, and a bead along project we're going to do on the 27th. I also wanted to let you know I am making plans for future videos. So as of right now, the live videos seem to be working out well for this time, this COVID-19 time. They seem to be working out really, really well because we can chat about it and you can ask questions while we do it. So the Starman Company has suspended the Trendsetter program for now. So I had several projects with them that they were going to use in future like giveaways and hands out and things like that. So since they have suspended them, I can now use all of those projects. So that's my plan. I have a lot of beads ordered right now. Hopefully they will be in the next couple of weeks, but I have enough beads ordered that I'll be able to teach a couple of projects. Okay, so with teaching those couple of projects, I will let you know like a week to 2 weeks ahead of time what I'm going to be teaching and all of the beads that you will need, because I will try to do kits, but I'm not sure if I will be able to do kits. So I will keep you updated on those. I know I have 3 coming up right now that I'm working on and planning. All right, so people have asked, earrings are from what I did the other day in the video. To me, they're not heavy. I've worn much, much heavier before. They're not that heavy. And also Sharon said, some parts, we are sold out of the kits, but some parts are missing or sold out. I could probably, Sharon, if you want to call the store, I could help you out with that and pick your own colors. It's no problem. Okay, I think I have all the questions answered. Oh, Cindy says, are you going to do another charity thing this year? I need the key thing. I think she said I made the key thing when you did. Not sure, honestly. Just, you know, trying to kind of figure out everything day by day, honestly, day by day, because we are still homeschooling Grayson. Thankfully, he is on spring break this week, but still trying to do the homeschool thing. So it becomes a lot after a while. So, all right. Well, my nose is itching. I think that means like somebody's talking about me, or I don't really know. But I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure to come back tomorrow. And we will see what fun that we can have tomorrow for our happy hour and our bead therapy. So I hope you guys have a great day. Love you all. Bye.